This is the Atlantic Ocean. It covers more than 20% of our planet's surface and holds 20% of all Earth's water. The Atlantic is the second largest ocean on Earth, and even though it makes up a fifth of our planet's surface, it's actually smaller than the Pacific Ocean by quite a bit. The Atlantic is about 106 million square kilometers, while the Pacific is around 165 million square kilometers. But even though it isn't the biggest, it's definitely got some big claims to fame. It's home to the deepest part in all of the oceans, the Challenger Deep. This part of the Mariana Trench reaches 11,034 meters deep. That's deeper than the height of Mount Everest. It's also home to the Gulf Stream, one of the most powerful currents on Earth that greatly influences weather patterns around the globe. The Atlantic Ocean is full of cool stuff, but before we get into more fun facts about this huge body of water, let's talk about how it got its name. You probably know that the ocean was named after a real place, but do you know which one? In case you're not sure, it's this guy. The name Atlas refers to the Atlas Mountains in Morocco, which are located along the western edge of the African continent where the Atlantic Ocean can be found. Before 1500, Europeans didn't have a direct route to Asia, so when they sailed west from Europe, they were looking for land. They found the Canary Islands, which are close to the Atlas Mountains. So they named the vast body of water that they eventually reached after the nearby mountain range. Now that we got that out of the way, let's dive in and learn some fun facts about the Atlantic. Fact number 2, let's talk about the North Atlantic Current, also known as the Gulf Stream. This current carries warm water from the tropics toward Europe. If it weren't for this current, the climate on the western and northern coast of Europe would be much colder than it is today. The North Atlantic Current is so strong that it can influence weather patterns across the entire northern hemisphere. Up next is fact number 3. Did you know that the Atlantic Ocean has a bunch of deep trenches? In case you didn't know, an ocean trench is a long, narrow depression in the ocean floor that is typically found at the boundaries between two tectonic plates. The Atlantic Ocean has many different trenches, including the Puerto Rico Trench, the South Sandwich Trench, and the Romanche Trench. These trenches form as a result of the movement of tectonic plates and can reach depths of several kilometers. And speaking of trenches, did you know that the Titanic sank in the Atlantic? The Titanic was a British passenger liner that sank in the North Atlantic Ocean in April of 1911 after colliding with an iceberg. The ship was on its way from Southampton, England to New York City when it struck the iceberg and began to sink. Of the nearly 2,300 people aboard the ship, only 700 survived. The sinking of the Titanic was one of the deadliest maritime disasters in history. Fact number 5. The Atlantic Ocean is home to a variety of marine life, including whales, dolphins, sharks, turtles, and a whole bunch more. The ocean is also home to a variety of plant life, including seaweed, kelp, and phytoplankton. And did you know that there are over 10,000 known species of fish in the Atlantic Ocean? Some of the most well-known include the bluefin tuna, the Atlantic salmon, and the cod. The Atlantic Ocean is also home to a number of endangered species, including the North Atlantic right whale and the leatherback sea turtle. Fact number 7. Let's talk about those pesky borders. The Atlantic Ocean has no real borders. It's surrounded by all the countries in the world, except for the ones that are completely landlocked. If you want to get technical, though, there are a few maritime borders, and these are the exclusive economic zones of the countries that border the Atlantic. An exclusive economic zone is a sea zone over which a state has special rights regarding the exploration and use of marine resources, including energy production from water and wind. For example, the United States has an exclusive economic zone in the Atlantic Ocean that extends 200 miles from the U.S. coastline. And that's all the time we have for today's video. But before we go, don't forget to like and subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. Until next time, stay curious.